Hi, my name is Christina, and I'm here to do the self-talk video. I'm a pre-K teacher at a kindergarten. I am in the 3.5 to 4-year-old pre-K classroom. There's also a 4.5 to 5-year-old pre-K classroom. I have some 4-year-olds who are ready to move up and or have been visiting. The scenery data that I noticed the other day was that I had gotten yelled at by my co-teacher in the other classroom, and she was upset with the fact that I had to send her a high energy 4-year-old child. At this time, she has a hard time getting her curriculum and or planning done during nap time because she has a large amount of children who do not take a nap and is having to deal with this all by herself while her co-teacher takes his or her lunch, depending on who she has on that day. She got very upset with me and yelled at me from 2 classrooms and then continued to not talk to me for the rest of the day. My thoughts is that I had sent this child into a high energy classroom and it was a higher energy child, and noticed that I got very not so happy thoughts from another person to me because of this. I was only doing my job, but at the same time felt bad that I just put this teacher in this situation. I got very upset at the fact that she had yelled at me from across 2 classrooms. And I was upset with the fact that this is also my friend, let alone someone I have a personal relationship with, a professional relationship with, and personal relationship with. So when she chose to not talk to me for the rest of the day, I took it really hard. I was really upset. She chose not to, after her bus run, she chose not to come back into her classroom to get the rest of her things. She chose to leave them there. And I felt like she was doing it because she didn't want to talk to me for the rest of the day because she was that upset with me. Later in the day, I chose to text her and apologize, even though I was just doing my job. I should have thought about the fact that I didn't think about how she has a already hectic nap time and can't get items done or her curriculum planning done, and that I just sent her one of my children who also does not take a nap and gives me a hard time when I need to get my curriculum planning done during nap. As for what I want for others, is to just maybe realize your actions when a situation like this happens. Say you get a 4 and 5-year-old entering into your classroom that's already high energy, yet you got upset with a current teacher because of it. I wish she wouldn't have taken her actions out on me the way she did and would have just came to me in a professional manner and said, hey, next time, can you not send me this child? Could you send me someone else? This child makes it hard for me to be able to get items done in my classroom that I need to get done. I would have completely understand if she would have came at me in that way. Instead, she yelled at me from 2 classrooms and had told me that next time she has to move a child my way, she was going to give me one of her worst children, which I felt was kind of condescending and at the same time really rude. I was like, I didn't know what to do about that situation, and it made me more upset to hear her say that. What I want is to realize that preschool had also sent me a high energy child who also has signs of autism. Having to deal with 2 children in the same sort of mindset or may have the same kind of autistic um, tendencies, or as I should say, disabilities, learning disabilities or learning curves. I felt like as a teacher who's in a 1 to 10 ratio, it was harder for me to take care of 2 autistic children than it would have been for a teacher in a 2 to 20 ratio, meaning there's 2 children to every 20 teachers. It would have been easier for my friend who yelled at me for sending her one of my higher energy children. It would have been easier for her to deal with him than for me to try to deal with 2 of them by myself. I felt like I was setting myself up for failure if I would have kept both children in my classroom, hence the reason why I had sent her one, yet not realizing that he's also a non-napper. So it really wasn't easier for her, and it wouldn't have been easier on me either. In the future, the actions I probably would have taken would would have asked her to stay more professional when we were at work on the how she talks to me, and how I talk to her. We do have a tendency of trying to talk about the things that we have going on in our personal lives as well. And our boss sometimes sees this. And so she tries to cut us up when we are talking. But we do realize that, hey, maybe we should talk about this later, or maybe we should talk about this over the phone, off the clock. But at this moment, I felt like she didn't stay in a very professional manner when she was yelling at me across two classrooms. Um, in the past, we have, like I said, had our professional and friendship relationships separate. We used to work at the Y together. She was actually my supervisor, and I was a pre K teacher. So we know we've done this before, that we've been able to keep a professional relationship before. So it shouldn't be hard for us. But for some reason, now that she's not in a management role and she is in a pre K classroom role, I feel like it might be more harder on her than it is on me a little bit. But at the same time, I think I'm kind of, hey, we're getting away with this. So let's just keep doing what we're doing. But at the same time, my boss obviously sees that we're not really getting away with it, that she sees that we're doing it and that we're actually not really getting away with it. So it seems like our boss is trying to bite us, trying to kick it in the butt for us to stop. As for my current actions, we need to keep our professional relationship professional while at work and to leave the buddy buddy at home. Thank you.